I work at Tuned In Redcar, and I also volunteer for a youth project called All In, and we put together the idea to run a music project called Breakthrough at Tuned In for young people who live in Redcar and Cleveland.
It gives us performing time, it gives us time to record music, and you can learn guitar or piano, and you get a lot of help and support basically to just do what we do best, and play music and sing.
Tuned In is a performing arts and creative media centre. It was built by big lottery money, and inside the building we have a recording studio, we have Macs which we use for music editing, we have a radio room, and we have a very large performance hall, as well as instruments such as drums, guitars and keyboards. Some of the young people that come to the project and we organise transport for come from, if you like, poorer areas with access to poorer facilities. So it's important that they get access to a building which has got all the facilities in like this, because they wouldn't necessarily get it in their local community. So it's important that we make sure that they have access to here, which is what this project has done. And now they've come through the doors, it's given them confidence to want to come back to other sessions that we offer here as well. Musinc is supported for us to bring in different music tutors, so a vocal coach, which we don't have employed within the organisation itself, so a vocal coach, and particularly Gabriel, who's been like our music producer. He's developed a lot of his youth work skills through this project, and Musinc particularly has supported him and his costs.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Mulangu, and I work with Tuned In on the Breakthrough project. And I'm a music producer. I work as the music producer, the main music producer for the Breakthrough project.
So the project is aimed at young people aged 11 to 19, and it's about developing their music production skills, songwriting skills, and stage confidence. And it's been running since last September. It started once a week on a Friday. In total, we've had about 30 young people take part in the project. And regularly we have about 12 to 15 young people that come every week to work on developing their music skills.
It's basically a project where we work on different arts. Mainly, well, my side of the work is more the music side, where we work with young people to develop their musical skills and to help them find the musical skills that they've already have, and help them grow musically for the ones who already make music.
Glass floors and painted windows, never what you did expect. Can't tell the time when you lie.
Some of the young people already had quite strong songwriting skills, but hadn't had enough performance opportunities. So they've developed in terms of their confidence to perform in front of other people, which is what they're going to be doing tonight at the event that we're having at Tuned In.
Well, I knew a lot of people here already, so I kind of settled in straight away. And because I've been writing songs for as long as I can remember, and I came with quite a lot of unfinished songs that needed music, but I can't play an instrument. So it was really great to come to an environment where people could go, well, I'll help you with that, and I met Jimmy and Jane, Britt and Camu, and they helped me perform my first song and get that on CD. And Breakthrough has been giving me that extra performance time and rehearsals.
Some of the other young people were really involved in DJing and music mixing, so they've been recording our young people in the recording studio and then putting their own beats behind it. So they've really developed their actual music production skills. And some of the other young people hadn't done any songwriting whatsoever, so it was about getting them to understand the process of songwriting and putting together a song and then performing it in the studio. Most of the young people hadn't performed in a recording studio before, so it was also to learn how that works. And how to do the best performance, basically.
There was a woman called Robin who came in, and she's a vocal coach, and she taught me how to, because I struggle with pitch and getting my voice where I want it to go, and she came in and she gave me a few sessions, and I know how to sort my voice out basically when I'm singing and keep it in level with the song.
For me, the main success stories is seeing a lot of them being comfortable performing live on stage. for the first time in their in pretty much their whole lives, because a lot of them aspire to be performers and stuff, and a lot of them aspire to be able to perform in front of their families, in front of their friends, and in front of people, just strangers, and a lot of them have managed to accomplish that.
There's been some amazing moments while I've been working here. For example, there's a girl who'll be singing and playing tonight, and when I first met her, she was shy, she wasn't confident, she had a lot of things going on in her personal life which held her back. She was unsociable, but since coming here she's worked with me, worked with the other members of staff to produce her own songs that I've listened to some of them and I just can't believe it, really. They're genuinely amazing, and that's why I like working with young people and working in the music industry like this and being part of projects like this.
Right now, she's probably saying I'm drunk, and he's thinking that he's gonna get back. Right now.
I'll give an example. I've got Sammy. Sammy's a young guy. I've known him for a while now. I knew him for a while since he was really young, and he first came in for a DJing session. He didn't have a clue in it. He didn't know a lot about music, and I remember he was really interested in the whole aspect of music production, which is what I do, and he just didn't have a clue about anything to do with music production. And now he's really close to industry like standard when it comes to producing, which is really good because it only took him about 6 months, probably even less, to get to that level. There's a lot of talented young people with no guidance, and to me, I think it's sort of a waste because, it's sort of a waste for young people who don't have access to places like this, because it helps them develop their skills. And these, to me, the way I see it, some of them are the next top producers of our generation, the next top vocal coaches, the next top singers, the next top rappers, etc. So I think it's pretty important for young people who really want to make music genuinely to have access to a place like this.
Some of the highs have been just the group coming together, to be honest. When we first all came together, they didn't know each other overall, and now they sing with each other, they perform with each other, and it happens naturally. It's like a natural evolution.
I'm a bit of a loner, so I keep to myself and just do what I'm doing when I want to do it. But then if anyone ever needs help and someone comes and says, will you play a tune for me with your guitar, or will you help me write lyrics for this, then I'll be more than happy to oblige, and I will step forward and help. Or if anybody has a song that they want me to listen to or put any input in, I would be one of the first to go and see and help with the song.
One of the bigger highlights would be the performance that we're doing tonight, because there's going to be a huge crowd and it's a big opportunity for the young people. It's great to see their progression from when they started maybe being a bit more nervous or unsure, to them moving on and being confident on the stage with their own music, with their own songs.
I'd like to be a child psychologist or an actress, but I think it's just getting on stage and being around people and getting your confidence up, because you obviously need that from on stage. I don't think it's got anything to do with child psychology, but it is a great confidence booster.
I wrote quite a lot of songs with the group and it's been an awesome experience.
You can come in, you can do whatever you feel like doing. If you want to finish a song, you can finish a song, you can record, you'll have that time to record. You can grab a guitar and play, or you can teach someone else if they need help, and it's basically totally relaxed and you can do whatever you feel like you need to do or want to do.
And everyone got together and worked on a piece of music together. I think there was a bit of drumming, there was a bit of a bit of guitar, a bit of singing, a bit of lyrics putting together. And I remember sitting down and mixing it all together and realizing that it's a group of people, young people, don't really know each other, but managed to create one piece of music. And that to me, it stood out a lot, because it's not easy to achieve that.
You're allowed to be who you want to be, and you're allowed to play whatever type of music you want, and no matter what style you're into, there's always someone who can help you progress what you. If like I came here with loads of songs on my phone, unfinished, and everyone was just like, oh, we'll help you finish them, and they're not bothered. There's no like separation, just feel part of the group.
Projects like this are really important because not all young people can access the type of instruments that you need for music production or the type of technology that you need for music production, and Tuned In provide that. Not all young people can afford that, not all young people come from families that can afford that. If young people are going through particularly difficult circumstances at home, which we do know that some of the young people that come to this project do, they need to be able to come somewhere that's a safe space where they can share that experience and get support to get through it. So it's not just about music, it's also about the sort of the group aspect of it, and making friendships and developing relationships, which are important skills for when they go on in the future. Even if they don't follow like a music career, it's useful in any career that they would do.
I think there should definitely be more people, because Tuned In is basically like, when I first came here I didn't know what it was for, I didn't know what it was about, and then people came and found me and my friends sat on a wall doing nothing. And I came in here and I didn't know these facilities were here, and it was so brilliant once I started coming to Can You and Breakthrough, and it was like all these people share the same love for music that I do, and it was great to just get involved.
There's a good mix of young people in this project. It's been open to all young people. We have wanted to make sure that young people from more isolated groups have got involved, so therefore like if you like ethnic minority young people and young people from poorer areas, all mixing together with other young people, different types of young people from totally different backgrounds.
When I was younger, I didn't have access to music, because I really did like the whole idea of creating music from scratch and everything, but I didn't have access to it, so it was a bit difficult to achieve what I wanted to do.
I know a lot of young people with brilliant talents for music, but there's nowhere for them at the moment apart from here to go and like further their skills, to get any extra support that they need, and I think that's what Red Car really needs.
There's been different aspects to the sessions, so there's never been just one thing, we're all getting together and we're all going to do drumming, or we're all getting together and we're all going to go do guitar playing. We've tried to tailor it to the individual young people's needs as much as possible, but we all came back together at the end of a session and we just did a jamming session, so people were singing, people were playing their mixes, and it just felt natural and right. It just felt really good.
All my life I've been musical, but since I've started, that's kind of when I started performing more and going out into other places like pubs and clubs and going on the street and busking and things like that. But with help from singing coaches that were with Tuned In, helping us improve our singing and songwriting classes and things like that, I've got a lot more confident and have managed to go out onto the streets and raise quite a considerable amount of money from busking.
Tonight is an opportunity for the young people who've been working in Breakthrough to showcase their skills and everything they've got out of the project really since September. And we've got local professional singers, so Jamie Graham and Bree Music, who have like a local fan base. They wanted to come and support our young people tonight. So they've pulled in some of the crowd so that our young people get a real taste of what it's like to be on stage with a huge fan base, basically.
We're just going to go up and try and rock the house, really.
I like using fun as the main factor, because making music is fun. Like, it has to be fun. It shouldn't be serious. It shouldn't be a burden. It shouldn't be like a task. It has to be a fun process where it's organic, where you just let your mind be silly. You don't have to be afraid to be silly. You can't be afraid to sound stupid or anything. So I just tell them to really let their mind flow, and that's how you come up with the best ideas.
All in all, really, it's just improved confidence and made it a lot easier for me to go out and perform at any time in front of any person.
I'm really grateful to musinc because of the fact that this project's been able to develop the way it has done because of their support and their funding, and because they made the application process so easy and the monitoring process so easy. With some funders it can be a huge amount of time spent on the monitoring and things like that, but it wasn't with musinc, and it just makes it accessible for groups like ours to be able to really support young people's music aspirations.
I think Musinc's idea is very good because it's very I'd say it's very rare in today's climate of youth work and everything. It's quite rare, and they do provide a lot of help.
They've done some excellent training, which I've been on, and I would love to have some of those tutors actually working with young people, so delivering some of the workshops rather than just training the adults.
Just the attitudes of the people that run the group, like how they helped you and gave you feedback and told you if an idea was good or bad, how they helped develop your skills, and just how friendly they really were and persuasive and encouraging.
This group is not finished at all. We've come so far with them, and we've only really sort of scratched the surface. We're involved in another project called the Big Music Project, which is like a national project. There's opportunities to travel down to London and get involved in the music industry down there. So it's kind of the next level now with this group, is that they're really going to be seeing how the music industry works, how they can break into it, and the hard work that goes into it as well. So it's not finished by any stretch at all. It's really just sort of the beginning for us.
Music is important because it changes lives. For me, for example, it helps me work out. It helps me go through bad times. I know it sounds very cliche, but it does help me. It does help my mood, because for every feeling there is a sound. That's the way I see it. So it does sort of, it's quite important. It's very important for our society, for our world.
It's a good team building exercise, really, because if you don't come to a group like this, and then you won't really find any valuable skills that you'll need further in life. With talking to other people and kind of controlling the group and doing what you want to do and helping them understand that this is the goal and this is when you have to do it and things like that. And it's also improved your creativity, or it has for me. So in the future, if ever there's an opportunity where I need to do something out of the ordinary, like create something for a project myself or something like that, this group's really helped by the way that it's just helped push us forward and give us kind of an extra step ahead.
We're all friends. It's not a work environment, and you don't have to worry about being told off, or you don't have to come in and feel like you're at school, because it's not a class, and you're not here to actually learn. You're here because you want to learn and you want to do stuff yourself.
I think it would be excellent if Tuned In can kind of do more projects like this in the future, because it has made Fridays a lot more bearable, thinking that at the end of the day, after I get through all of the lessons at school, I get to come here and see all my friends and play music. And funding music, I think, is kind of a fundamental part in everybody's life, because nobody can really live without music.
I'm lost. The summer between here and here.